Imagine waking up one day and finding your home gone. It sounds scary, right? But for animals, like say penguins, it's becoming real. And if we don't act, it could happen to us too. Think about the cute penguins I mentioned. Sadly, many of them are now in danger of disappearing forever. I didn't know that either until recently. A few months ago at SeaWorld San Diego in California, I saw the penguins waddling, sledding, and swimming, just like my little sister when she gets super excited. That's when they became my favorite. After I got home, I wanted to learn more. But the more I read, the more worried I became. Penguins, especially those in Antarctica, are struggling to survive. Their home is melting and their food is disappearing. And even though they live far away, the problems they face are connected to all of us. And that's why today I want to share two big ways environmental changes are hurting the penguins and what we can do to help. One of the biggest problems penguins face is the loss of their home. Penguins, especially emperor penguins, the tallest and heaviest penguin species that live in Antarctica, need sea ice to survive. And every summer, they migrate to the ocean to feed. But as the Earth gets warmer, glaciers and sea ice are melting fast. Now, instead of solid ice, they find muddy ground and open water. This is a serious issue because emperor penguins can only breed on ice. If this continues, scientists say nearly half of them may not be able to reproduce. This could lead to extinction. And it's not just about penguins. When ice melts, sea levels rise. NASA says coastlines in the US could rise by a foot by 2050. That might not sound like much, but imagine your favorite beach underwater, or your neighborhood needing a wall to stay dry. When penguins lose their homes, we could lose ours too. Another big challenge is finding enough food. Penguins mainly eat fish, and those fish feed on tiny shrimp-like creatures called krill. But global warming is making the oceans too warm for krill to survive. With fewer krill, there's less food for penguins. Mother penguins must swim further to hunt, while their chicks wait longer and often go hungry. One study found that Adelie penguins, which live on the Antarctic coast, have dropped by more than 90% in some areas. The main reason? Not enough krill, and the problem is related to others too. Whales, seals, and other animals that feed on krill are also at risk. This shows how greenhouse gases are breaking the food chain. That sounds like a lot, right? But don't worry, there's good news too. Even though this crisis is big, there are real things we can do to help. When we drive cars, use electricity, or run factories, carbon dioxide, or CO2, is released into the air. It's a gas that traps heat in the atmosphere, making our planet warmer. As Earth gets hotter, sea ice melts, and penguins suffer. I came up with something called the 3 Ps to make it easier for us to remember what we can do to help. First, promise to save energy. Turn off lights when you leave a room. Unplug devices you're not using. Yes, even your video game charger. Don't worry, it'll still work when you plug it back in. And remember, using things like AI or voice text apps might seem small, but they actually use a lot of energy too, so use them wisely. Second, persuade your family and friends to help. Challenge your family to have a no CO2 day once a week. Talk to your friends about simple things they can do, like recycling or biking instead of driving. I tried this too. I shared with my classmates what I learned about penguins and climate change. At first, they got super excited about the penguins, not the climate part. Maybe I showed them too many cute penguin pictures at the start. But after the presentation, they understood how serious the issue really was. Third, put less waste into the world. When you pack your lunch, use reusable containers and a water bottle. Reuse paper by writing or drawing on the backside too. Less waste means fewer factories making new things, and that means fewer greenhouse gases released into the air. And remember, using things like waste or other materials are very dangerous to the penguins, so use them wisely. And don't waste food. When you leave half your sandwich or apple slices behind, you're wasting all the energy, water, and care it took to grow it. And your sandwich will just end up squashed in your backpack. If we all do these small things, they'll end up to something big. And the best part, all these actions are things even kids like us can do. I try to do my part. I donated part of my allowance to an organization that protects penguins and sea animals. And I keep learning ways to help even more. We don't have forever. African penguins are disappearing so fast, they could vanish from the wild in just 10 years, according to a recent report by BirdLife International. There's a saying I love. Little by little, a little becomes a lot. It reminds me that even small actions can create big change. When I first saw the penguins at SeaWorld, I just thought they were cute. But now, I see them as a reminder that even small actions matter. Let's be the reason penguins keep waddling, sliding, and swimming for generations to come. Let's start today. Because if we save the penguins, we just might save ourselves. Thank you.